black. Close down to a back. Stories, memory lane. Mom survived. Turn my to red. Hand on against my chest. Running on my wall. It's my will.
What is up, all you motivators and inspirers? Welcome back to the Trigger series. So if you go to the gym, how often are you in the gym and you're doing some really heavy weight? You pick the weight up and you think about it and you're thinking about it, you're kind of getting scared, you kind of want to not do it, and then you go do the rep and you fell and you just can't seem to get the weight up, so you rack it. Then you put it up, you take a couple seconds, regroup your mind, start thinking about the lift. You jump back, pick it up, boom, rep it, and pop it right off your chest. Say if you're benching and you pop it right off your chest and you achieve that lift, exactly that max that you wanted to hit. See, the other day I was listening to this motivational speech, and I don't exactly know who the speaker was, but he had said, the body has limitations, the mind does not. You see, and too often we allow our mind to be limited. Just like when you're benching, and like I said, when you're trying to hit that max, you're thinking about the bench so much. You're thinking about hitting that max. You're getting scared. You're thinking about it way too much. So you go to do it and you fail. Because you literally psyched your muscles out so bad about doing this lift that it became impossible to do. Your muscles had already been fatigued just thinking about it. So you didn't hit it. But the time you just grabbed it off the rack, boom, repped it out, you popped it off your chest, no problem. Because you are 100% confident in yourself, 100% believe that you can do it. So your mind told your muscles, you can do it. You got this, you got this, you got this, and you repped it. You see, your mind is much stronger than your body. And I'm not saying you can't just tell yourself, I'm gonna bench 700 pounds and then bench it. I'm not telling you that, because your body is limited. So however strong you are is what you're going to achieve. But what I'm saying is, too often, we allow our mind to limit us, especially when we fail physically. But just like that bench, the reason you came back and tried again is because your mind is much stronger than your body. If your body had a choice right after it failed, it would give up and quit, because your body thought it could not do it at that time, but you knew you could. You had a little thought in the back of your mind that you could. So you tried it again, told yourself you could do it, and you did it. So you cannot allow your mind to limit yourself. And there are certain ways to do this, and I've told you guys this 1,000 times, is these personal development books, these speeches, these videos that you can watch to truly grow your mind. See, Peter Voogd has this phenomenal idea that he had talked about. He talks about how your mind is like a plastic bag. If you take a plastic bag and you pull it and stretch it far apart, that bag will never go back to its original size, not ever. See, once you get all this information in your head, whether you're in school or reading books or watching these videos, whatever you're doing in life, learning, your mind will never go back to its original thoughts. I use me as an example. Before I started Motivist, I used to think about the lifestyle I wanted to have. And every time, whether it was being a doctor, a lawyer, starting my own thing, whatever it was, I just didn't understand and see how capable and possible it was. And then I started reading these books. I started watching these speeches. I started Motivist. And then literally out of nowhere, it was like an explosion. I could just see my entire life. I can see where I'm headed. I can see me attaining every goal I have in life. It's because I stretched my mind out. I opened my mind to my possibilities. I finally realized that I can achieve anything in life, that I can achieve anything that I want out of my life. No matter how far I have to push myself, no matter how hard I have to push myself. I told you guys this 1,000 times too. If you chop at the tree, you chop at it, you chop it. If your one goal in life is to chop down the tree, by the time you die, no matter how many times you sleep in, no matter how many times you fail, the next day you get back up and you go at it, by the time you die, that tree will fall, guys. And that's what I use in my life so much. Just because I talk a lot through these videos and I put out this motivation, I'm human. There are days that I fail. There are days that I don't want to do anything. There are days where I just want to lay around, play with my puppy, and watch movies. And sometimes, some days I do that. But the next day, I get back up and get back on what I want out of life. See, a lot of us, once we have that one day, we become a depressed state. We feel like we just can't do anymore because we feel that one day and we hate ourselves for it. That's because a lot of us has a lack of discipline. The same for me. Sometimes I lack in discipline. Sometimes my mind is not strong enough to push me and get me out of bed early and push me to get out of that movie and do something. But the next day, I find that flaw and I correct it. Because I'm growing. Because my mind is growing. Because I can see it now. Now that my mind is open, I know what I should be doing and I should not be doing. So I'm telling you right now, take time out of your day to watch these videos. Read these books. Take time to analyze your life and really see where you're lacking. Really see where you need to improve so your mind can grow. So you are no longer limited to what you think you can do. And you can achieve what you know you can do. And sometimes if you have a goal or a passion, sometimes you just have to start so you can see those results and grow your mind in that area. So then you can see if there are days where you just don't do anything, if there are days where your sales aren't up, if there are days where you just cannot find anybody to contribute to your passion, that there are going to be days where you can, where your sales are really high, where you can achieve anything. But if you don't grow your mind, you'll never have that chance. A lot of us live our life physically strong and mentally weak. Physically strong and mentally weak. And a huge contributing factor to that is not knowing about yourself, not knowing what you want out of life. So we follow this path, this alignment that everybody wants us to go for. So we don't actually go after what we want. So we live our entire life with regret, hating our lives. Because it's not what we envisioned as a kid. Because we all envisioned as a kid having all this money and being happy and just playing and traveling and seeing the world. But why is it when we grow up, we don't want that anymore? That we just live this slow, sluggish life, going to the same job every day, doing the same thing every day, coming home to the same house, to the same food, and doing the same thing every day. Tony Robbins has this phenomenal talk. He talks about a lot of us live this box life. Our phones are a box. We go to our office, which is a box. We get in our car, which is a box. We go home to our room, which is a box. We get in our tub, which is a box. And sometimes we do something in a circular way. See, a lot of us just need to change up our lives, change the scenery, change something so we can be inspired again. When you do the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's hard to want to get up. It's hard to want to be inspired. It's hard to want to chase something else because you've been doing the same thing over and over again that you literally battered the creativity out of you. I want to do this video coming about creativity. I feel like a lot of us are so creatively we lack in creativity because we literally do the same thing every day. There's no reason to change it up. There's no reason to do better. And a lot of us are scared to change. If we lose our job, we become upset because we lost our job. And we're so caught up in that we want to get the same job again, that we try to get the job back and we might get it back. But that's not the point, guys. You lost a job. I believe a lot of things happen in life for a reason. You may have lost that job because it's time to level up. It's time to do something different. It's time to expand your mind and become mentally stronger because your mind became weak doing the same thing over again. You lost creativity. I believe God gives us so many things in life to make us grow, to force us grow. I believe one of the greatest things in life is pain, is challenges, is struggles, because if we don't have them, why should we grow? Why should we get better? Why should we want a better life? So I believe God inserts these pains, these struggles, these challenges in our life. Because once we have them, we have to grow. We have to push. If a murderer comes up to you and holds a knife to your throat, you're not going to just sit there. You're going to fight for your life. You're going to fight to survive. You're going to fight to kill that guy so you can live and have that breath. So I need you to take that survival instinct and use it in your life. When you lose your job, if you lose your wife, if you lose something, if something goes wrong in your life, maybe it's because of you. Because you have to step up. You have to grow mentally because you've been lacking. You've been lacking in your relationship. You've been lacking in your job. You've been lacking in your creativity. And God said it's time to level up. It's time for you to grow because you're becoming weak. And we are not meant to become weak. Just like when we go in the gym and we force our body to do this way. We force our body to be challenged. We force our body to be in pain. I mean, think about it. How upset are you the next day when you wake up and you're not sore? And you know you didn't work out hard enough. You want to be sore. You want to be in pain sometimes, so you know you're growing. So I'm telling you, in your life, sometimes you need that pain. Sometimes you need struggle. Sometimes you need challenges to grow mentally. So your plastic bag can be stretched and hold much more content. And you can create more. You can have a better life, have better relationships. So you have to learn to grow. You have to learn to not just let your physical world limit you, and open up your mind, learn about yourself so you can achieve what you want. I'm telling you, just like I tell you in every single video, don't you allow somebody to tell you how to live your life. So learn about yourself. Pick the right apple. Pick the right life that you want so you can be happy with the rest of your life. And don't die with regret. There was a study, I can't remember the percentage, but I know it was a huge percentage, like 90% of people who die, they're asked, what would they have rather done with their life? And they say, I would have rather lived it the way I wanted to. Because so many people get caught up in living the life that their parents want them to live, that their spouse wants them to live, that their company wants them to live. I'm telling you, live the life that you want. Do not let your mind be limited by your physical strength. Don't let your mind be limited by the pain and struggles and challenges that you have in your life. Open it up. Let your plastic bag be filled with so much content. Learn about yourself. Chase what you want out of life. Become mentally strong and be happy. Let's get it done together and make it happen.